Once again I return. Or, more accurately, I'm dragged back to this bloody, disgusting, blood-filled, bone-filled, flesh-filled, gore-filled, shit-filled, piss-filled, cum-filled ring. This time we find ourselves in the realm of Western fighting games. Now originally, I thought there would be far more, but as it turns out, Japan really does own the monopoly on these motherfuckers. So my solution was to throw some Mortal Kombat clones in there, like Tattoo Assassins, Ultra Vortex, Time Killers, shit like that. But then I realized I'd have to play them. So for the first time, we have less than 40 entries, with a total of 26 for this edition. Mortal Kombat and Killer Instinct are obviously the big ones, no elimination from those two. But we do have a few I was planning to cover, but ended up not. The Def Jam series won't be covered as they're wrestling games, not really fighting games. I was going to include Primal Rage, but the final boss is yourself, and someone has actually recovered a ROM of Primal Rage 2. I played the game now, it's really cool, I really like it, but unfortunately I kept getting a bug around the stage 5 or 6 area, and it kept crashing the game. So I ended up calling it quits after my 7th or 8th try. And finally, Fantasy Strike was eliminated because fuck you, I'm not paying £20 for arcade mode. With that out of the way, let's begin.
First down!
Jabroni Club. I love Jabroni Club. It's always a nice way to start off my videos, just looking down and spitting upon motherfuckers. The Deadly Alliance from Mortal Kombat 1. Mortal Kombat 1 is a game. This is my greatest compliment towards it. However, it's always nice to see my boy Shang at the top of the arcade tower. The Not So Deadly Alliance didn't offer much of a challenge, as I have ascended and become god of two totally separate things, however the hell that works. As per usual with Liu Kang, I spammed the crap out of basic moves until they gave up and went home. Marie from Skullgirls. Excellent. It's been a while since I've committed GBH on a child. Marie has 3 phases. Her first phase is her chill phase, where her and her spooky friends throw the occasional projectile and then make us the projectile. Second phase is much more the same, except she's lower to the floor, and her schoolboys have fucked off. And we have our final phase where, what the fuck is that? S-Kill from Dive Kick. Perhaps the most complex on the list. The insane variation and complexity of S-Kill's moveset was almost overwhelming, but I managed, narrowly so, to scrape by with a victory. Fulgor from Killer Instinct Season 1. Ultra Tech tried to get the Predator all up in my shit, and I sent this motherfucker into the nearest trash compactor. Fulgor is fucking cool, but this is just another arcade ladder fight. Shinnok from Mortal Kombat 4. Oh, Shinnok. Don't you know how quick little bitches get sent to Jabroni Club? This guy wasn't even a challenge. Reptile put up more of a fight. He's got nothing special going on, he's just a basic arcade enemy. Arya from Killer Instinct Season 2. And so, who do we send to face the greatest technological advancement made in the history of humankind? This goddess of cybernetics struts her way onto the battlefield, each piece of her perfectly crafted to its mechanical peak. Peak engineering, peak mechanical, and your double leg takedown, bitch. Scrub tier. And now, those who tried a little harder. Kick these fucks to the curb with a smidge of effort. Enjoy the new tattoo, the heel of my boot upon your fucking foreheads. Brainiac from Injustice 2. Ah, Brainiac, the 18th coolest DC villain. Brainiac tends to want to keep you at a distance, his damage output increased to make him a threat, but he is nothing against my ability to be the star of a mediocre TV show. Not really much to say on this one outside of, it was fun giving Brainiac CTE. Iva news from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Fighting Edition. Well, I can't lie, I'm disappointed. I'd heard so much about this purple woman pleaser, and yet, when I fought him, he was shit. All you gotta do is block his projectiles and then jump and slash. He's invincible when he starts glowing, but I don't think he can actually block otherwise. I later learned that he's only heinous if he's being played by a human, so fuck off Thanos' cock, a scrub ye are. I also just found out that this is a Japanese game. Oops. Lord Draken from Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. I'm aware that there is a story mode final boss, but it's the same guy except in singles combat. In this fight, he's got some big dragon looking gent with him. This seems far worse. You know, for what seems like a budget title, this game ain't half bad. But why does the AI suddenly decide to whip out 40 hit combos on occasion? Like, it's not really an issue, but it's not particularly consistent. Anyway, our big boss is Lord Draken, who I've been informed is one of the Power Rangers from another universe where he went evil. Unfortunately, he has found his way to my universe, where I parallel parked my foot right up his ass. Corrupted Shinnok from Mortal Kombat X. Can any Shinnok fans please get in contact? I'm not one of you, I just want to know if you're out there. After kicking old man Shinnok's pale ass, he turns around and becomes Corrupted Shinnok, which I think was supposed to intimidate me, but instead it just gave me an erection. I just did the same thing I've been doing for the rest of these games. Basic moves, basic combos, I win lol. Yet again, I find myself defeating the ruler of hell, and yet again I find myself turning down the possibility of free real estate. The Deadly Alliance from Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. So we have a dual final boss in this one. Kinda. Shang and Quan Chi team up to wreck house in the opening of this game, which is easily the best thing about it. Both fights are just basic arcade fights. I'll say that dickhead Quan Chi was a little more difficult with his broadsword style. Shang, on the other hand, was just meh. So before we move on, I need to get this out of my system while I'm here, however. Doesn't Shang Tsung look awfully white for a Chinese dude? Gargos from Killer Instinct. This is the RPG mode of Killer Instinct, Shadow Lords, and man, they really wanted to kick some ass with this one. This is probably the most complex fight on the list. There's a lot of variables. First things first, you can depower Gargos by taking out his followers as they appear. They're called omens, and each of them grants him a buff. Do this, trust me. You yourself can also get a variety of power-ups and assists in this fight itself, but there's really only one true strategy for this. Pick Spinal. Spinal is the best skeleton boy, and we all admire him for it. Gargos himself is the usual onslaught of attacks, occasionally mixed up by throwing a couple of his little minions into the fray. Teleports galore and 1,000 fists. Luckily, one of them is my skeletal claw, right up in his ass. Hey guys, Idiot Boy here, during editing. I noticed that the winning footage against Gargos is not here. It's not on my recycle bin, so enjoy this MS Paint recreation. So far, so good. Half the list has been eliminated and we're still happy. These American goons are providing some entertainment and a certain amount of easiness to smite. When the fuck am I gonna get a challenge, America? Kronika from Mortal Kombat 11. So this one is kinda interesting. Kronika, or Bolt Cunt as I'll be calling her, has control over time. So during the fight, she'll drag us to the beginning of time and the end of time. Should have brought us to before this fight started so you wouldn't have to get fucking crushed. I blame my losses on using the capture device for the first few goes. As soon as I decided to just record the footage straight off the PS5, I ran right through her. In between rounds, Kronika, or Bolt Cunt, shall summon in other characters to fight for her. I beat them up and got back to kicking G.I. Jane out of my fucking timeline. Superman from Injustice Gods Among Us. I hate evil Superman. They're just so fucking common nowadays, can he not just be normal? Anyway, this was almost a tough one with the AI deciding to just go full chimp on my ass. Eventually I found a basic 3-axe hit combo that for some reason he just couldn't deal with. Was weird. Shao Kahn from Mortal Kombat 9. I just made my younger self very fucking happy. See, this is technically a bad matchup for me. I've got no way around his charges, I got little in avoiding his projectiles, and that fucking hammer smash ruins me. But I found a way. A stupid way, as I always do. See, for some reason, if you use bicycle kick, Shao will sometimes just stop blocking on the second or third kick and just eat the damage. So you can just keep spamming it. I advise staying about a jump's distance away from him all times to avoid the fucking hammer smash. If he taunts and you're too far away, just use the leaping kick. Honestly, I didn't even have to consult the Elder Gods with this one. I just made Shao Kahn my bitch. Dark Khan from Mortal Kombat vs DC Universe. Question. If Dark Khan is a combination of Shao Kahn and Darkseid, why does he seem to have fire attacks? I'm just wondering. Anyway, Khan gets armor on a few of his attacks, but that's all he really got going on. I forgot how gimmicky this fight is. Look at this freefall combat bullshit. It's fucking silly. Anyway, please note the animation that plays when he dies. You should get used to this, because we might be seeing it a few more times on this list. Shao Kahn from Mortal Kombat 2. A very disappointing performance from Kahn here. Now, fighting him regularly would be like climbing up a mountain wearing Heelys. But I just so happened to bring fucking moon boots. Now, Shao has his high damaging moves, his charge, his spear, his despicable normals, but I have something he does not. A low hitting projectile. Now, I'm low enough to dodge his spear, and I can keep firing them off like a gooner at a strip club. Shao's inability to jump plays against him, because he can't just dodge them. He has to stonewall his way through them. If he throws a spear, he takes damage. If he does his usual taunts, he takes damage. The main problem was keeping out of range of his charge, the only threat to me. Shit, now we're getting serious. The competition is rising, just like my dick in the presence of a twingy femboy. What? Zarak from Weapon Lord. I know the SNES is a classic and all, but fuck me, is it the king of jank-ass fighting games. The first few matches were just a blitz of me screaming, "What the fuck is happening?" And then I realized jump kick, duck kick worked pretty well. I still got hit by the exact same 5-hit combo he did over and over again, but I managed to slowly chip him away. After he beheaded me, like 6 fucking times. Either way, after a lot of trial and effort, I eventually managed to chip him down and get the win. Blaze from Mortal Kombat Armageddon. I fully admit, this was bullshit. After giving it a try as Scorpion, I switched over to the undead Liu Kang, because I had a feeling a really dumb strategy was gonna work. Blaze has a habit of eating every jump kick I threw out there. My only issue is, while using Scorpion, I had nothing to follow it up with, and probably ate shit the moment he got back to his feet. So I instead switched to Liu Kang, because I knew that those quick nunchuck attacks would interrupt anything that he throws out. He's got a teleport that never hit me, an infuriating rolling attack, and a grab, but that's about it. Either way, I unleashed a full can of spam upon him, and was greeted with the reused animation. Yeah, that's very Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Exor from War Gods. Thank fuck for this game's crazy ass damage scaling, because if not for it, I wouldn't have won this. Exor looks like he dropped out the Sphinx's nose, and he hits like it. I don't know what that means. I was very tired when I wrote that. He's got all the classic horseshit, a projectile that hits thrice while in the air, a teleport, and this fucking thing. I hate this move. It's fucking horrific, and I hate it and its whole goddamn lineage. Speaking of which, what is this asshole even a god of? Gargus from Killer Instinct 2. You fucking little gargoyle bitch. This demon god douche from the other side has what amounts to 3 attacks. Leaping Fireball, Standing Fireball, and oh my god he's fucking me up combo. Combine this with a dash and you have a right little bastard to deal with. A little sneaky bit to remember, important for all who want to launch him off the bridge so that he will fall to his death. Hang on, he's got wings. Bro, how are you falling? You have wings, just don't fall. Dude? Anyway, you need to finish the fight with an uppercut or an ultra to launch him off the arena. If you don't, he'll get a little health back and continue with his ultra onslaught.
2 outs and the bases are loaded. Davis gets ready. Line drive, foul.
Bastard. Wow. Look at that. Only one in Bastard tier. A nice ending to a venture into the world of American Punchy Punch. Nice little ride across Route 64. Can't be anything worse beyond this, right? Right. Onaga from Mortal Kombat Deception. What the fuck was Kid me on to absolutely fuck this guy up? Like, I kicked his ass on arcade mode with every character, and I don't know how I did it. Because Onaga, the motherfucking Dragon King, is a bastard. Jesus. He stuck my head up my ass, pulled that fucker out, and then beat me over the head with it. Onaga can't be knocked down or grabbed. My spear was nullified because Ed Boon said so. My teleport was no longer safe on hit. I was reduced to just using the same 2 moves over and over again. The only 2 that seemed to land. All of my specials, downright useless. His grab takes off about 15% of health. It's heinous. It leaves a brief moment after hitting it where you can charge in, but he usually just starts blocking as soon as he hits the ground. He is also the only one capable of using the stage fatality. If he just decides, right, I'm just sick of fighting this guy, he can just knock you over there, you get impaled, and then he just goes home. Ed, however, was nice enough to supply us with a neat little mechanic. Look at these little jewels that are around the ring. They're called the Kami Dogo. See the Deception story mode for details. If you walk into one of these, it will break, and Obama will be stunned for a moment, and you can get a free hit. Sadly, I don't remember any combos for this game, so it was literally a free hit. Play it smart and conserve these, however, as they don't regenerate between rounds. And also, look again, the animation's back. Hell yeah, boys. Oh God. Oh no, please, mercy. Not this again. As per usual, we reached the point in the video where my arrogance, at its highest peak up in the heavens, is driven down back to earth and crushed into meaningless dust. Well, if I'm going out in a blaze of glory. Okay, a flame of shame. Anyway, let's fuck. Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat. Jesus, Shang? I had forgotten your skill. Shang is perhaps the best kind of combination boss. Bosses that have different fighters' movesets. Shang feels like a true test of your skill in the game. He'll change depending on the circumstance. If you throw a projectile, he'll do Sub-Zero's slide. If you throw a flying kick, he'll turn into Raiden and immediately hit the Superman. As himself, he's got these fucking horrific fireballs that can juggle and rip away a silly amount of health. Ironically, he's at his easiest when he's Goro, the guy you've just spent an ungodly amount of time fighting. Best strategy is to just try and hit him when he's back to old dirty Shang. Honestly, fucking Raiden is the biggest pain. He was struggling in the regular arcade fight, but here he's a fucking install super. Fuck off back to talking to the Elder Gods, you cunt. Idol from Killer Instinct. Holy shit. This cheeky fucker. He regenerates his health by stomping on the ground. And he has the fucking gall to do it in the break between rounds. This guy can perfect you doing this, just to be a prick. Idol is this strange Minotaur-esque creature with 2 heads, because killer instinct. Now I know KI loves its combos, but holy shit, this guy can mash your health down to nothing in a split second. And as per usual, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing, so I get anally perforated by this dual-headed asshole. Eventually it came down to a lucky combination of sweeps and uppercuts. Do not throw projectiles at him, he doesn't care for them, and will usually just ignore them. He can drink out 3 himself because, again, he's a cheeky asshole. This mad dash forward also murks your fucking health down to nothing. Idol is indeed a cheeky fucker. But goddamn, what a fight. Shao Kahn from Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Daddy Kahn, no. Holy hell, Aizo wasn't kidding. He wasn't kidding. After a fairly easy defeat of Shao in MK2, I was kind of expecting the same again, you know? I beat him as a kid. Should be easy as an adult. Nope. Shao Kahn now plays like me. Lots of special move spam. And each of the special moves does a cataclysmic degree of damage. He's got his regular charge, his upwards charge, and he spits apple gum at you, which somehow does some damage. He can't be knocked down, he can't be stunned, he's Shao fucking Kahn. He'll stop to taunt, sure, but he'll do it when you're actually in a disadvantageous position, instead of whenever the fuck he feels like it. And these taunts hurt me. Yes, I do suck, I know. Now please, stop ramming me into the corner. Best strategy I came up with is a mix of my usual 2 lanes of bullshit. Projectile spam and jump kicking. But he also has the perfect counter for both of these in his moveset. And this is all ignoring the big punch, which I think might be a normal, but shit, it still blasts you to the Shadow Realm, and as you're recovering, he's already bearing down on you. No lube. No lube, brothers. Nonetheless, with perseverance, a lot of perseverance, you can whittle him down. Slowly you can conquer this asshole and send him back to whence he came. Which I assume is some kind of BDSM club. Really, he owns the entire Outworld. He's an emperor. Why does he choose to dress like this? And there we go, guys. That was the shortest entry on this list. It's taking a little extra time as I was getting ready for a surgery. After waiting at the hospital for 9 fucking hours without any food and drink, they canceled the goddamn fucking surgery. I'm not bitter. That's why this one took a little longer despite the fact it's a shorter list. Do wish it was kind of a longer one. Do kind of wish I did the Mortal Kombat clones, but at the same time, it's hard enough getting through these lists without throwing a bunch of horse shit in there, and those games are horseshit. I did give them a go, and I did sit there and go, oh, this is not worth my time. Following on from this, we're going to do what I'm calling the cleanup episode, where we're going to cover anyone who doesn't belong to a major company, corporation thing, just anything else I think is particularly interesting, and anything I've missed along the way. As per usual, Isaac, I assume you're here. Hope you're doing well, bro. And, yeah. I love Mortal Kombat.